guys. Hi Sandy. Hi Rosie, if you guys are watching. I hope you guys are doing alright and having a good day. April and Linda, hello. I wish the same for you. I wish the same for all of you guys. Well, the election is over, isn't it? I fell asleep last night and didn't get to see who the winner was. Although I kind of thought it was going to be Trump, because when I was getting ready to, when I was in bed, I seen that he was really getting up there, and I seen he was about to win Florida, so I figured it would probably be him, but I fell asleep and I didn't get to see it till I woke up this morning, and that's the first thing I did when I woke up was check to see who the winner was. You ready, Sherm? We'll be continuing on reading Hebrews chapter 9 today, where we left off yesterday with verse 11 through 28. And we'll be talking about the blood of Christ. So let's begin. But when Christ came as high priest of the good things that are now already here, he went through the greater and more perfect tabernacle that is not made with human hands, that is to say, is not a part of this creation. He did not enter by means of the blood of goats and calves, but he entered the most holy place once for all by his own blood, thus obtaining eternal redemption. The blood of goats and bulls and the ashes of a heifer, sprinkled on those who are ceremonially unclean, sanctify them so that they are outwardly clean. How much more then will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself unblemished to God, cleanse our consciences from acts that lead to death, so that we may serve the living God? For this reason, Christ is the mediator of the new covenant, that those who are called may receive the promised eternal inheritance, now that he has died as a ransom to set them free from the sins committed under the first covenant. In the case of a will, it is necessary to prove the death of the one who made it, because a will is in force only when somebody has died. It never takes effect while the one who made it is living. This is why even the first covenant was not put into effect without blood. When Moses had proclaimed every command of the law to all the people, he took the blood of calves together with water, scarlet wool, and branches of hyssop, and sprinkled the scroll and all the people. He said, "This is the blood of the covenant, which God has commanded you to keep." In the same way, he sprinkled with the blood both of the tabernacle and everything used in its ceremonies. In fact, the law requires that nearly everything be cleansed with blood, and without the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness. It was necessary then for the copies of heavenly things to be purified with these sacrifices, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Christ did not enter a sanctuary made with human hands. That was only a copy of the true one. He entered heaven itself, now to appear for us in God's presence. Nor did he enter heaven to offer himself again and again, the way the high priest enters the most holy place every year with blood that is not his own. Otherwise, Christ would have had to suffer many times since the creation of the world, but he has appeared once for all at the accumulation of the ages to do away with sin by the sacrifice of himself. Just as people are destined to die once, and after that to face judgment. So Christ was sacrificed once to take away the sins of many, and he will appear a second time, not to bear sin, but to bring salvation to those who are waiting for him. And that is where we're stopping with Hebrews today. Thank you, Father, for Brother Jesus. Our psalm today is Psalm 107. It's in Book 5, which contains Psalms 107 through 150. And of course today we're starting with the first one, which is Psalm 107. Excuse me. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. Those he redeemed from the hand of the foe. Those he gathered from the lands, from east and west, from north and south. Some wandered in desert wastelands, finding no way to a city where they could settle. They were hungry and thirsty, and their lives ebbed away. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He led them by a straight way to a city where they could settle. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. Some sat in darkness, in utter darkness, prisoners suffering in iron chains, because they rebelled against God's commands and despised the plans of the Most High. So he subjected them to bitter labor. They stumbled, and there was no one to help. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them from their distress. He brought them out of darkness, the utter darkness, and broke away their chains. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. For he breaks down gates of bronze and cuts through bars of iron. Some became fools through their rebellious ways and suffered affliction because of their iniquities. They loathed all food and drew near the gates of death. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them from their distress. He sent out his word and healed them. He rescued them from the grave. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds to mankind. Let them sacrifice thank offerings and tell of his works with songs of joy. Some went out on the sea in ships. They were merchants on the mighty waters. They saw the works of the Lord, his wonderful deeds in the deep. For he spoke and stirred up a tempest and lifted high the waves. They mounted up to the heavens and went down to the depths. In their peril, their courage melted away. They reeled and staggered like drunkards. They were all at their wits' end. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he brought them out of their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed. They were glad when it grew calm, and he guided them to their desired haven. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. Let them exalt him in the assembly of the people and praise him in the council of the elders. He turned rivers into a desert, flowing springs into thirsty ground, and fruitful land into a salt waste, because of the wickedness of those who lived there. He turned the desert into pools of water, and the parched ground into flowing springs. There he brought the hungry to live, and they founded a city where they could settle. They sowed fields and planted vineyards that yielded a fruitful harvest. He blessed them, and their numbers greatly increased, and he did not let their herds diminish. Then their numbers decreased, and they were humbled by oppression calamity, and sorrow. He who pours contempt on nobles made them wander in a trackless waste. But he lifted the needy out of their affliction and increased their families like flocks. The upright see and rejoice, but all the wicked shut their mouths. Let the one who is wise heed these things and ponder the loving deeds of the Lord. And that was Psalm 107. And our Proverbs reading today, guys, is Proverbs chapter 27, verse 11. Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can answer anyone who treats me with contempt. Okay, guys, well, that was our Bible reading for today. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. We are going over to Brother Sherm now for your homework. And your homework question for last night was,
what book mentions making robes white by washing them in blood?
And the answer to that question is
Revelation.
Revelations, the last book of the Bible. And your homework question for tonight is,
what curious object was in the hand of the person sitting on the white cloud in Revelation?
Alright guys, that is your homework. Alright, let's get out our prayer books. We need to keep the following people in prayer, please. We need to keep Sandy in our prayers. Please pray that she has a good night at work. If she has to work tonight, I'm not sure. But please pray she has a good night at work. Please pray for April and Linda Thacker. They both have a lot of health problems. Please pray for Eric. He needs a kidney still. Please pray for Macy. She has a brain tumor. Please pray for Kenny Wellman. He needs a pancreas and kidney transplant. Please pray for Tater, Bridget, Luann, and family. Please pray for Sherman Crabtree. He's got a lot of health problems. Our doctor is sending him for a CAT scan or MRI on his head here soon when they schedule it, because of all the severe headaches he's been having. And she put him on a heart medication today to slow his heart rate down, where his heart rate's been really, really high. And please pray for him to be able to get a car. It would truly be a blessing to us. Please keep Cindy Welsh in your prayers. She's got some health problems. Please keep Rhonda Karshner in your prayers. She's got a lot of health problems. Please keep Christopher Serback in your prayers. He has a lot of health problems. Please keep Abby Myers in your prayers. She'll be having surgery on her teeth, getting her wisdom teeth cut out and another tooth taken out. I'm not sure when, but that's the last that I heard. She'll be having surgery. So, that'll be pretty painful. So please keep her in prayer. And please keep Jimmy Myers in prayer. You know what's going on with his knee. And I guess they took him to therapy. Mom took him to therapy a couple times. But they said his mom's not wanting to take him anymore. Not let him go anymore because I don't know why, but he might not be going to therapy anymore. But please keep him in your prayers. And he goes through a lot too, so please keep him in your prayers all around. Please keep Shannon and her son Giovanni in your prayers. Giovanni has a terrible illness, a rare illness. and he's just a little boy. And his mom, Shannon, sees him suffer through it every day. Please pray for Giovanni to have God's healing touch, to get God's healing touch. Please pray for Donald and Kathy Keller. They both have health problems. Please pray for Roy and Lori Mollett. They both have a lot of health problems. Please pray for Debbie Lee. She's got a lot of health problems, but has been doing really good, it sounds like. So I'm really happy about that. Debbie's doing better. I mean, she's chronically ill, like I am, with stuff that, there's no cure for. But she has been feeling better here lately. And I really am thankful for that, because she usually doesn't feel good at all, ever. Please keep Tammy Ashworth in your prayers. She has health problems. Please keep Jayla in your prayers. She's trying to get water to villages in Africa. Please keep Zach in your prayers. Zach has a brain injury and he needs prayers just to be able to swallow and talk again. Please keep Ramona Henry in your prayers. She is still recovering from that wound on her leg where she got that spider bite and went into septic shock and almost died. So she's doing good, but she's still, got that wound back on and everything and fighting that infection. And she's got diabetes, which makes it a lot slower to heal up, And she's got diabetes really bad. Please keep Dora Carper in your prayers. She has some health problems, and she's a widow that lives alone. Please keep Mindy Gallimore in your prayers. She needs to turn to God before it's too late. Please pray for her soul. Please pray for Melody Ramey for the same reason. Please pray for her soul that she turns to the Lord before it's too late. And I pray that they both turn to the Lord and teach their children about the Lord. Please pray for Sarah Gillum. She has a lot of health problems. And please pray for Patty Haynes, that her insurance get closer, continue to get closer. Like I said, they actually talked the other night on the phone for longer than they've ever had a phone conversation before. I mean, it wasn't like an hour or anything, but when they usually only talk like a minute or less, it was a long time. And she's supposed to come see him in a couple weeks, she told him. So he's really excited about that, so I hope that they really come to see him. He thinks they'll forget, but hopefully they'll come see him. So please keep Sherm's mom. Please keep Patty and Sherm in your prayers, that their relationship gets better and that she comes to visit him. It would really mean a lot to him. Alright guys, well that is our prayer requests, and that is everything. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys, God bless.